In a large indoor swimming pool, athletes can be seen swimming laps. A cyclist appears pedaling along an asphalt highway. Then a running shoe is laced up and ready for a forested pathway.
Triathlon is an individual sport. That's one of my favorite parts about it. It highlights my independence, my dedication, my drive. I like to do what others don't. I like to be a badass. I like competing, I like winning.
You're listening to Win With Me.
I like feeling strong. I like being strong.
Two cyclists on a tandem bike begin to ride.
I think it was on the first ride with Jess that I felt very different, and it happened instinctively. It wasn't just myself anymore. I became we. My name is Lauren Babineau. I am 29 years old. I am a professional triathlete, full-time account executive in Victoria, and elite para-triathlon guide to Jessica.
Lauren and her fellow athlete Jessica run along a forested pathway.
A little consistent wind the whole way. You think? Yeah. That's just because we're creating it. Yeah. Well, my name is Jessica Twamala. I am an elite para-triathlete. I was born with retinoblastoma, which is cancer in the retinas, so both my eyes are prosthetic. The radiation treatment, it caused almost complete deafness in the right ear, and it also caused my right cheekbone to stop growing. So I basically have my 3-year-old face on the right side. We had a bunch of specialist doctors. They were plastic surgeons, and they said, we can reconstruct your face. And I said no, because there was no functional purpose to it. It was all cosmetic. Now you gotta enjoy it. You got lake on the left, forest in front. It is all good.
I came from a tough past. That's something that will always be with me. That's something that shaped me. That's something that I went through, and it'll always be something that I can't get rid of, and I can't change it. An eating disorder completely takes over your thinking and your mental capacity in a pretty devastating way. It's always negative. It's what you're doing's not enough, you're not doing good enough, you're not doing enough, you're not helping enough, you're not successful enough, you're not thin enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not strong enough, you're failing, you're a failure. But rock bottom, lowest weight was 89 pounds.
Lauren bikes alone along mountain roadways. At the swimming pool, Jessica lowers herself into the water, guided by triathlon coach Carolyn Murray.
Get up to a nice tempo right at the beginning so you can get warm, okay? Okay.
My name is Carolyn, and I'm Jessica and Lauren's coach. So their goal, I haven't asked them what their specific goal is for Tokyo, but from my perspective, to be on the podium is the goal. And I really think they're capable of doing that.
Jessica swims a couple of warm-up laps, and Lauren joins her. Carolyn gets them started.
So you guys haven't used the tether for quite a while. Okay, so it's going to be adjusting where it is on your leg, make sure it's tight enough.
Lauren's she's just a special individual. She just takes things head on. She's been through some personal challenges that were not easy, and it weren't easy for her to open up about. It's very difficult to find someone who has the personality that truly sees it as a team and not as a job and not as a favor. And she doesn't feel like she's owed anything. So as soon as someone decides they want to be a guide, they really have to park their individual goals. And so for Lauren, individually to go after an Olympic dream has to be taken off the table while she's guiding.
Jessica and Lauren pause.
I think I got a double arm on the side that's turning and stay on this arm. Because I've been double this side and like, I'm trying to go fast. Well, and you're scissor kicking your legs a little bit. A little bit, yeah. Well, I don't know. Let's see what happens. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The tethered swimmers launch into the next lap.
3, 2, 1. Here we go.
On a tandem bike, they push off for a ride together in the mountains.
You gotta see where you're going, lady. One of us has to. Whee!
While Lauren rides the front seat, Jessica pedals hard from the back.
We win together and we lose together, and you're accountable to somebody else. Also, the biggest thing was I had to learn how to rely on someone else and be okay with it, and to trust somebody else and be okay with it, because it puts you in a vulnerable position. And for me, with Lauren, it's the right person.
Lauren Babineau.
She trusts me. I think that's the biggest thing. And she just has fun with it, and we have fun with it.
The two athletes train together. Coach Carolyn Murray.
Lauren is more at peace with being flawed, knowing that she's helping someone who has a disability. Like, I guess recognizing that it's okay to not be perfect, because Jess can't, she's not going to say she's perfect. She has a limitation. That's the reality, right? And so I think it maybe puts her a bit more at peace to spend time with Jessica and gives her some perspective, right? And what she went through is real, and it was very hard. And I do think it gives Lauren a bigger purpose, which maybe allows her to, I guess, start to move forward from that past. I think having the two of them together, they're just okay with who they are. And that's something that you can't create. I couldn't have put that together. It just happened.
My goal before was to consider the Olympics myself. And since meeting Jess, my goals have shifted, and my goals became our goals. It wasn't easy, but I really had to take the time to think, like, can I commit to this? So with Jess, I just thought, how cool is it that we both could be standing on the podium at the Olympics in Tokyo 2020, and she could achieve her goal while I also achieved my goal. It gives me goosebumps to think about achieving two goals at the same time together.
Lauren and Jessica cycle away through the forest. You've been listening to Win With Me, presented by Fireweed Creative, copyright Fireweed Creative 2018, produced with the participation of TELUS Fund. Executive producers Kevin Penick, Dominique Keller, Bannister Bergen. Director and writer Dominique Keller. Producer Kevin Penick. Described video Propeller Studios Inc. Music by Soundstripe. Special thanks to Triathlon Canada. Stories for Caregivers.